Hello students, welcome to week 3. I am just going to give you a quick overview of what we're doing this week. All right, so here's a couple of images of kind of the style of what we're doing and the skills that we're going to be learning. This week, we're going to be learning how to trace and fill, which are the bottom two images, and we'll be learning how to do some freehand drawing and how to render images, creating highlights, midtones, shadows. I just want to talk about the core really quick. Secondary media arts, so we said that there are 4 main strands: create, present, respond, connect, okay? So I know that you guys have been doing a lot of creating, and in this last Andy Warhol assignment, you did some connecting. Well, we need to start looking at presenting and responding. When are we going to do this? We're going to do this Friday at 11:30 a.m. And what are we going to be doing? We're going to be presenting and critiquing the Andy Warhol projects. Woohoo! Okay, so present. Just kind of wanted to highlight some important things that we're going to touch on. Considering the reaction and interaction of your audience. Demonstrating progression. So you want your progress of expressing your message and your intent to continue to get stronger and stronger as this block continues. Your range of creative and adaptive innovations. Communicating your intent through a collection of media artworks, and evaluating, implementing improvements in presenting media artworks. So thinking about the benefits of improving on not only yourself but on others as well. So we want to enjoy your message. We want to understand your message. And then strand respond, how works of art convey meaning for the observer as well as the creator. So it's not just about the creator, though the creator does get to enjoy that creative process and expressing, but you always want to be thinking about your audience. Who is your audience? How do you think they're going to respond to this? Is it an appropriate response? Make sure that your intent is getting across. Qualities of and relationships between the components and style of the artwork that you're doing. Create intention, understand the perception that is going to be experienced by your audience. Analyze the intent, the meanings, and the reception of your work. Focus on personal and cultural context. How might somebody from a different culture respond to your work? And then context and artistic goals. So always having that goal in mind of communicating with your audience. Digital media standards, okay? So focusing a little bit more on principles and elements of design in your compositions this week. We'll go over that in those videos that you learned from. Composition will be talked about. Raster Graphics, that is the medium that we're using right now. We are using a pixelated program. So when you are drawing this week, you are filling in pixels with color. And you are going to start producing your digital portfolio. You've already started with your Andy Warhol project. You've already got your first piece ready for that portfolio. More, let's go into Raster Graphics. So you've been learning some graphic formats. JPEG, that's how you're submitting your images so that they can be published. And then the .xcf file, not listed here in the state standards, that is your GIMP file. It's editable and it can only be viewed inside GIMP, right? You've learned how to acquire image assets. You know how to go out to Google now, and you know how to filter under tools for usage rights and find artworks that have been posted where the author or owner has given permission for you to use those and to manipulate those. Composition is something you'll be talking about. You've learned how to export now, and you've learned how to import as well. Importing is basically when you're opening up your images. You've learned how to crop, resize, straightening, transforming. Those are transform tools, are like the rotating and things like that. You've learned how to utilize techniques to effectively edit an image, and you're going to learn more. You know how to use layers now. Hopefully you, I'm not sure if you have had a chance to dip into filters, but I think there is a point where I might go into filters in this next unit. If not, we'll see it soon. You'll learn how to adjust colors, and the big one this week is using the painting and the drawing tools. It's going to be really fun. So we're doing project-based learning in the fact that you've chosen a topic and a message that is going to serve as your lens of learning and creativity throughout this class. You are creating a series of works based on this topic, expressing your message in a variety of ways. And all of these different artworks, this series of works, are going to be posted in your portfolio. So let's talk about that. The best option for your portfolio is the Spark Video. It is so easy to learn how to use this program. If you have an iPhone, Spark Video is available for, it's a free app, and you can use that. But otherwise, you are creating on your computer, so you're saving your documents to your computer, so there's no reason why you'd be using your phone in this situation. But just so you know, you can make Spark videos with photographs. And so like if you have a family event like Thanksgiving coming up, you could make a Spark video of your Thanksgiving and send that link out to all of your family members. Unlike other social media, the Spark video is private, so it's only for whoever you share your link with. We can't go out and search up your videos, unfortunately. That would be fun. PowerPoint is okay, but PowerPoint is just one, it's only impacting visually. Spark Video is great because you can add text, you've got your images, and music, right? So the music piece adds a lot, okay? Engages more of our senses. The PowerPoint is quiet, it's silent, and it's not as interactive and engaging. So I recommend that you take the, oh gosh, how long could it possibly take you to make a Spark video? About, I could make a Spark video in minutes. It doesn't take that long to use it. That's what's so great about it. You could do a website like Wix site. These work well for providing a link to your work. For a resume, you're applying for a job and you want them to see your work, you've created a Wix site, okay? But if you created a link to a Spark video that had music and captions, they'd probably be even more impressed. So what we're going to be doing this week is Unit 5, okay? This is trace an image. So you are going to be finding an image to work with, and for example, in the tutorial, I'm just going to show you how to use one of the images from the resources, the bear. I kind of follow along with the K-12 curriculum, but I definitely want you to go out and find your subject of interest. Okay, the one that you express the intent that you were going to create artworks for. You just find your image and you're going to do your trace and fill of your subject. Make sure that you connect with your chosen topic and message. And then we're also going to do Unit 6 this week. This is a still life drawing, and in the video we do a still life of fruit. And I've never asked the students not to do a still life of fruit, and I'm not sure how this is going to help or hurt. So if you would like to do a still life of fruit for this one, you're more than welcome to, but I would like to challenge you if there's some way that you can make the connection of this still life project with your chosen topic. So maybe that means that you're going to do a still life of your topic. I mean, if you have like a statuette of whatever your subject is, you could actually set your little statuette out and make a little, still life prop and draw it. I'm not going to tell you how to do it or how not to do it, but if you have questions about it, certainly feel free to reach out to me about it. I'd be happy to provide some guidance. However, I'm kind of leaving it wide open for you to decide how to do it. The thing that I'm mainly concerned with is you showing me that you've learned how to use these paint tools, that you understand the direction that the light is coming from, that you know how to create highlights, that you know how to create midtones, and that you know how to create shadows. So like over here on this one right here, you can see the light is coming over from the right. It's hitting and creating highlights on the right hand side. There's nice juicy midtones in the middle. And then on the left hand side where the light doesn't hit, you've got some shadows. And then on the base, you've got cast shadows. There is a horizon line and a background, a surface upon which the objects are sitting on. Same for all of these, right? So those are the components that I'm looking for, except for this artist who decided to be playful and create a smiley face with their fruit, and that's just beautiful. Thought I'd show you another example of a still life that a student submitted. This one was just, I'm blown away by it. This is really gorgeous, and it's quite dynamic. So if this student was doing a still life of the life in the Middle East or something like that, this would be an excellent example of that. So do connect your chosen topic with your message. Just a quick reminder, if you're coming late to the party and you haven't already, please complete the form to submit your topic and message. This is the form. Where is the form? It's in the content folder titled October 25th. Choose a topic and message. So where do I submit my work this week? You're going to submit it to your portfolio. You're going to start building that right now. So you are going to submit your Andy Warhol artwork, your Unit 5 trace and fill, and your Unit 6 still life drawing to your portfolio this week. Who's ready? Let's make a Spark portfolio. So you're just going to go Spark, and you don't want a Spark post, okay? Do you hear me? You don't want a Spark post. You want a Spark what? A Spark video. So search for Spark video. All right, and then look at it's right here. It says free online video maker at spark.adobe.com. Make video maker. That's what you want. You don't want post. Okay, post just means it's like a web page. No music. It's not fun and exciting like the video is, okay? So it'll say start now for free, and then it'll ask you for your username, like your email, and you'll create up a little account. So if you don't have a Gmail account at this point in your life, I definitely recommend that you get one. And what you can do to get a Gmail account, I'm thinking I might be able to figure out, create an account. Okay, so look for create an account for myself. Okay, so you're gonna put, I usually, for students, never recommend that you use your first full name. You always just use your initial, and maybe you wanted to use your last name, or you want to make something up, whatever works for you. And then here's what I recommend. You can use your first initial and your last name, and you can go .utva@gmail.com, right? So first initial, last name, .utva, and that can be like your UTVA Gmail account. Let me blow this up. Can you see that? Yeah. First initial, last name, .utva@gmail.com. You can remember that, right? And then maybe you can write that down somewhere and remember what your password is. So create your password here, click next, okay? And then just get your Gmail account. You'll need that. So that when it says start now for free, you can go in here and you can say continue with Google, and then you can enter in your first and last .utva@gmail.com and go ahead and sign in that way. Okay, but I already have a Gmail account. You can see mine, rheart.utva@gmail. My maiden name is Hart, so I'm going to enter my password. Okay, and then this is how it looks for me. Hopefully yours is similar. Every great story starts somewhere. Tell us about what your idea is, and you can just say image design portfolio. Okay, type that in, and then click next. And there's different templates. There's no harm in picking the templates. If you pick them, you'll just, and then at some point you'll get this, welcome, here are some quick tips to get started, and it'll have this great video. So after you watch that, just close that out and then you can go ahead and get started. So this, remember, I had clicked on that template, and so it has different prompts that it's giving me. So this is like, what's the setting? What's the problem? What could be solution for the idea? Reward. Okay. So this was a template for, what was it for? Let's see. That one was promoting an idea. This is telling what happened. This one is, whoops, I went too far. A hero's journey. And then there's show and tell. And then there's personal growth, teach a lesson, an invitation, or my favorite, make up your own. Okay, so down here are the slides, and I just click plus and notice that it adds more slides for me. So I don't know how many assignments you're going to have in this class, but you might have to add more slides as you go along. You're going to start at your first slide, and you have the choice of changing the layout. You can do full screen, split screen. I don't recommend. Caption, title and text. So let's see, it's your first page. You also have, so I'll just do title and text right now. So this is going to be image design, portfolio, and then once again, you don't have to put your name on here, okay? Because I'm going to show this in class. So if you want it to be anonymous, you can put anonymous if you want to. When you submit it to me, I'll know who you are so I can grade it. But if you don't want students in the class to know who you are, that's totally fine. Or you can put your first initial and last name, okay? So you don't have to give your whole information out to people. All right, so there's my first slide, and let's say, that theme is not really jiving so well with me. That's the title, so there's different options. I could do elevate. So let's see. This is what elevate looks like. Here's focus. Here's flare. Here's statement. Noir. Mega. Sage. Sage has pretty writing. Of course, I love Sage. There's also Grace, and you can choose the different color themes at the bottom too. On this slide, you'll notice that it says that this slide is 4 seconds long. I can preview how that slide is going to look just by clicking play here. That's 4 seconds. Okay. Music. I already heard the music. I'm going to change my music already. So I'm going to go through and check out what these different songs sound like. Okay, I'm going to go with tucking in for my theme, and I could replay this. Hey! I didn't fix it. Tucking in down here. Okay, let's see, add my music. Oh, that's letting me add some other music. Okay, so hopefully tucking in is on there. There it is. Cute. Okay, so I've kind of got everything all set up the way that I want it. I'm going to add another slide. Well, I already have one here. Here's slide 2. You can't really see them down here, but every number down here is a slide. So it's the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my first photo. So I'm going to click photo, and then I'm going to click upload photo. And this is where saving your file as a JPEG is really important because you can't publish a .xcf file. So I save all of mine in pictures, and I have an image design folder, which you've probably seen 1,800 times in my videos, and finding my most current folder. And here is my sample student work. So the student's work is on wolves. That was the topic that the student chose. I'm going to increase this so they're extra large and you can see them. So here's some different designs that this student did. This is similar to the design that you're going to do this week. Here's their Andy Warhol. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And it enlarged it a little bit, so I don't want it large. I'm just going to click on it. Let's see, here, up here at the top, it'll give me this edit option, so I can make it smaller. So do be aware of the fact that for whatever reason, Spark likes to make your images smaller than what they are. Okay, but I want to be able to see the whole thing. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and I want to play the whole thing. I want to see how the whole thing looks. So instead of playing this, because it's only going to, and this is 2 seconds. So watch how fast 2 seconds goes. Would you want it 3 seconds? If so, click on here and increase it to 3 seconds. Okay, so let's play the whole thing. So down here on my whole playback list, I'm going to press play here. Okay, so I only have the one slide. So when you're done with your playback, you can just go ahead and X out of that and it'll bring you back to where you were, okay? So let's get to slide 3. Oh wait, back here on slide 1, let's add some text. So what do we want to add? Andy Warhol pop art. Something like that, okay? And I'm going to hit enter. Nope. Enter would give me another line. So I just click outside of that text box and now you can see the little hand. It's going to allow me to move that. Okay, not crazy about that. So I'm going to click on this image and see. No, it's not going to. I wanted to kind of move it around. So rather than, let's see, I need a caption. Let's see if caption, that's too big. What if I do split screen? That's a little better. Swap items. So maybe I want to do split screen and maybe I want to increase the size of this so it fits that side better. If I do split screen, can I move my picture around? I really want to move my picture. I'm getting the feeling it's not letting me move my picture around, unfortunately. Yeah, the other option I can think of would be to split it up so that you have, I'm going to Control X and cut that out. And I'm just going to go, whoops, back to my layout. And I'm going to pick full screen again. Okay, and okay, so now I'm back on full screen. I'm just going to take one of these slides and move it over here. So you can grab them and move them around. I know you can't see that very well. And I'm just going to add the text to my first one instead, Andy Warhol pop art. And that one I will keep on for just 2 seconds. So I'm going to bring that down to 2 seconds because I don't need to see the words Andy Warhol pop art for that long. Let's see how it plays. Up doing is I went in and I just did the same thing. So I did the Andy Warhol pop art slide and just 2 seconds, the actual artwork for 3 seconds, and then I did a slide that said trace and fill for 2 seconds because it doesn't take that long to read that, and then I did the trace and fill drawing for 3 seconds. The sepia effect I decided to do for 2 seconds, and then here's an image of the sepia effect for 2 seconds. Your final slide allows you to leave some credit, so just created with work by, and I put someone who loves wolves. So that's how I ended mine, and I'm going to go ahead and just play it for you really quick so you can see how it turned out by clicking this little preview. You could also hit this one. It doesn't really matter. It takes you to the same place. was pretty tight, wasn't it? And it won't take you very long to make it. It didn't take me long to make it. So then once you're done, you can download it. So you just click download. It always gives you these little funny messages. That means it's loading. And then it'll ask you where you want to save it. So I'm back in my images folder and I'm going into, I have no idea where I'm at right now. I should have been in pictures and looking for image design. Oh, there you are. Okay, and my 1920 folder and then my sample student work. And so this is image design portfolio. And now look at the file type. MP4 is a video, MP4. So yes, you want to save that as an MP4. And that might take a while. Oh, look. It says mine's already right there. Okay, so I can show it in folders. So let's say that when you go to download things, your computer doesn't ask you. Well, in the orientation, there's actually a video in there. So if you don't have your computer set up to ask you where to save things when you download them, you can go to that orientation folder in this class and watch that video that will help you to change your download settings, okay? Otherwise, if you don't know where it's at, do show in folder and it will take you to the actual folder location. So you can go, oh, that's where it's at. I don't want it there. I think I'm going to right click and copy that and then paste it into the folder where you do want it, okay? But there it is, and I can click on that and it'll play. Awesome. So you're just going to hold on. You don't have to download it actually until you're totally done making it, because it's actually stored right in your Spark account. So you don't really have to download it, but at some point you're going to, right? And you can also share a link. So if you click publish, don't worry. Like I said, it's not publishing it for the whole world. No one can even find it. But just to be sure that your work doesn't ever, just never use your full name. Nobody can find you if they don't have your full name. Okay. So yeah, it's called Image Design Portfolio. And what I'm doing is your project may be featured on Adobe Spark website. So if Adobe Spark thinks that your project is awesome, they would feature it on the website. But if you don't want them to do that, then just turn that off. And if you do decide to do that, don't use your full name, okay? Please do us all a favor. Protect your identity, okay? All right, so we're going to create the link. And this will take a minute too. And I'll just make a note that there aren't a ton of people whose videos get featured on the Spark Video webpage. Like you can go and look up people's videos. There's not a ton of them. Okay, excellent. So here's that link, and you can just you can share that on Facebook, Twitter. You can email it. You can embed it into a website page if you know how to do that. You can click copy and just yeah, you could just send this to somebody in an email, whatever. So whoever has this link, whoever you give that to, your grandma, your aunts, your uncles, they'll be able to watch your video. Okay, so like I was saying, if you are done, you're done. That's it. The video's in there. Let's see. How do I get to my homepage? What does that say right here? I think that's like share. Okay, so maybe I just go to the Spark page. Seeing advertisements. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yep, I just went back to the Spark and it shows all my videos. Okay, pretty cool. All right. So it's there. I can open it back up. See, I can edit it now. All right, so you might want to just go back and make sure that your project is still there before you log out. And mine is here. It's got all my slides. I can scroll through them and see, yep, they're all there. And so when I'm ready to keep adding more, because I'm going to keep creating more artwork, I'm just going to click on that last slide that I did before. Well, not the one with my credits. Go to the last slide that you worked on and just click add, and you'll notice it added a slide 8. If I click add again, slide 9. So I'm ready for my next project. What do I want that one to be? Filters, I'll put. And then on slide 9, I'm going to add a photo. And I'll add this one right here with some really fun filters. Okay. Make sure I size it down so it fits the whole thing. Okay, perfect. And just check your time. I don't want that to be 4 seconds. It doesn't take 4 seconds to read the word filters. And I don't want that just to be 2 seconds because I won't have enough time to admire my work. I usually don't go over 3 seconds, okay? I can test the whole thing out again and again and again. Okay, and if you run into any errors, like I just had an unexpected crash, just know it does take a lot of memory. So, you know, make sure that when you get started on your Spark portfolio that your computer's fresh. Maybe you've gone into tools and you've cleared your cache, right? Clear your browsing data. You all know how to do that, hopefully. You clear your browsing history, your cookies, and your cached images, and you clear it for all time. All time. Get rid of all of it. Click clear data. That'll clear cache. Restart your computer. That refreshes and reboots everything so that your computer works really nice. Okay, so where do you submit your work this week? To your portfolio, okay? So you're going to start your Spark portfolio and get these 3 images and their top titles on there, okay? So no, you don't have to submit that to a Dropbox this week. You don't have to submit that, okay? First, I should mention that this is due Sunday, November 17th, okay? So you have until Sunday to finish Unit 5 and Unit 6 and create your Spark portfolio.